Congratulations on joining the team here at Joy Insurance. You are a select group of people that have been selected from a list of candidates. We are very excited to have you get started. Today we will go over the necessary ethical principles you will need to know while working here at Joy Insurance. I've been the president of the agency for 5 years now after taking over from my father, and I would like to emphasize that the rules laid out before me still apply today, without learning and implementing the required procedures being taught. You will not only fail to achieve, but you could also face determination. I'm going to properly help you prepare for information disclosure, the right way to customer satisfaction, and overall ethical standards. First and foremost, I would like to discuss one of the major factors of the insurance business, which is full information disclosure. As of 2007, insurance agents are required to disclose to their clients all pertinent information. This prevents large companies from cheating or getting the upper hand. All sales representatives must know what the necessary information to be disclosed before going into the field. This involves the who, which is who the agent is working for. This involves the general knowledge of our business and what we stand for. The how, which is how many companies or carriers we support. This means that all 30 carriers must be learned about by each one of you, and then that information must be applied to the customer. The what, which is what you're working for and at what capacity. Informing the client on the commission you're making off their business or the general compensation is required throughout the state. And then why. Why you are qualified to work for them and why you've done research. This personalizes yourself for the client and really sets yourself aside from other agencies. Once you have a firm grasp on disclosure, you can then integrate customer satisfaction knowledge. As a local business, good reputation in the area is vital. You are not working for me, I like to tell everybody here at the office, as much as you're working for the client. That's our culture. You must be able to recognize that. A primary concern for personal gain and greed is not tolerated here. If you are betting on just making commissions and that is your sole goal, I'm sorry, but you do not belong here at Joy Insurance. Here you can see a billboard somewhat of a very well-recognizable and well-known company known as Geico. It states that really big savings and makes that noticeable for everyone that sees it. While that might work for large corporate companies, it is not something that we imply here at Joy Insurance. The cheapest policy is not always the best policy. If the customer is given the cheapest policy and they have a family, this might not require that cheap of policy, but more so of a larger policy that bundles everything together. And in times of tragedies or claims, that the client is fully covered and can support themselves. If the proper care and policy is not given, the agency could face lawsuits and other legal action. Going the extra mile for the customer is also extremely important. Even though it could be costly, it's always seen as beneficial. For example, if a customer needs an extension on a payment and it's only it's only happened once or even never before, we usually give that client that the employees here do. Even that there is money floating around during this time of extension, it really helps the client get what they need and we keep their business here. It also provides opportunity for future referrals from that client to people who need insurance. This is extremely important in our area as many people are looking for better service. Employees are also recognized and rewarded when customers report good service. I get emails and letters throughout the months that tell me about how great employees here have done. There are usually rewards such as gift cards or general recognition in front of the entire office for employees that show substantial support and great effort when it comes to this area. Now that I've told you about the specifics, let's go over the more general ethical principles I have for you here. You should have a prior awareness of what's right and wrong in a business. This is a basic requirement and it's necessary for everywhere that you go. The picture here describes not only ethics, but some of the subsectors that are required. You need to know that the client comes first. Illegally collecting and moving clients' money is one of the top offenses in the insurance industry. Malpractice in any sort of way where transactions are made from the client's policy to launder or for personal needs is highly punishable, and it is seen as intolerable here at Joy Insurance. The next very important thing is you should not push a product or service just because it is cheaper, which is should be self-explanatory by now from the past slides, or because it is just one of your favorites. Favoritism of a certain policy, just because you have more knowledge of it or you're more comfortable with that, is something that cannot be used here. It may not be the best for the client, and just because it's easier for you is a very selfish route to take. You must keep up with your New York State license requirements and be open to extra educational training courses and ethics courses that we require. We pride ourselves on going above and beyond in this area. While it's obvious that you must keep up with your license, it is our obligation to not only meet the 15 credits of ethical training that's required by the state, but also double that and show just how important ethics is to us. Although these are serious concerns, and I don't mean to undermine them, we do give employees leeway on minor mistakes by administering forms of re-education where we can teach you more about the carriers and certain policies so that you, in the future, you can correct your mistakes. I'd like to wish you good luck, and I hope that my presentation today has covered information disclosure, customer satisfaction, and general ethical principles sufficiently. Please feel free to come to my office with any questions. And I'd like to end today with this statement: prove yourself and become a leader. We really respect those who start here at Joy Insurance and immediately make an impact. Let's break for lunch, and when you return, please see our office manager, Laura, for further instruction on today's orientation. And once again, we here would like to wish you the best of luck.